Hello, my name is Erica Lee, and I will be presenting a lesson for 8th grade students who have Tier 2 needs for vocabulary comprehension and just like overall comprehension of an article. So, how I would start this is we'll be focusing on vocabulary and using this graphic organizer to identify words and all the things here. So, our goal with this worksheet is, as we read the article, we're going to look for words we don't know. And luckily, this article has some words to look for, but if there are any words in general they don't know, then they can write those down. So we're going to write the word, and we're actually going to skip definition and come over to context clues. We ourselves are going to try to figure out what this word means by looking at the surrounding text to try and figure out what that word means. Then we are going to come back up to the definition and see how close we were. We're going to be like, oh, okay, did I actually get that? And then if not, then we know, and if we do, then we have already made some processing ourselves to understand what it means to us, how we can comprehend it. Then we're going to go to synonyms and just be like, okay, what words are similar to what I just read? And then we'll come to parts of speech, say, okay, was it a noun, verb, adjective, or adverb? And then we get to write our own sentence using that word. So, to start, we'll start by reading this butterfly conservation text. So I'm just going to keep going until I see a word I don't know. So, the article, butterfly conservation. What are the threats facing butterflies today? Climate change. Is climate change a threat to butterflies? Yes. Changes in our climate caused by burning fossil fuels like coal, oil, and gas are harming butterflies. Monarch butterflies, which migrate between North America and Mexico, are especially affected. Okay, I'm going to pause. I came upon this word migrate, and I'm like, I actually don't know what migrate means. So I'm going to write it here. I'm going to say, okay, my word I want to focus on is migrate. And so I'm going to start looking around these sentences. Usually we would look in the sentence that the word is in, and sometimes around it can be helpful as well. So let's reread this. Monarch butterflies, which migrate between North America and Mexico, are especially affected. Okay, so it sounds like there's something happening between North America and Mexico, right? It says right there, something is happening between North America and Mexico. Okay, so I don't know if that means they're living between North America and Mexico, or if something's happening between those areas. So I'm going to read a little bit further, and I'm going to pay really close attention to what could be going on. Okay, as extreme weather becomes more common, monarchs may be killed or driven off course by heat, drought, fires, severe rains, winds, or floods. Okay. The words that kind of caught me, that are giving me some clues, are driven off course. Usually that means we're doing some kind of traveling, we're moving. So let's see if that works in here. Monarchs which travel between North America and Mexico are especially affected. Okay, that makes sense to me. So I'm going to write those things down. I'm going to say, okay, those context clues helped me. The ones that helped me were saying between North America and Mexico and driven off course. Okay, so I have those context clues. I'm now going to check to see if I'm right. Okay, it says to change habitat or location. Okay, so it's I wasn't perfect, but it's the general idea is there. It is some kind of traveling because they're changing habitat or location. So let's check this out. Here's some examples. Geese migrate to the south when the weather gets cold. Okay, that is a kind of movement. They're moving south when the weather gets cold, and many Mexicans migrate north to the United States to find work. Okay, awesome. So it is a kind of travel. So let's write that here. To change habitat or location. And my synonyms I'm going to use are travel is the best one that like worked for me, but I think relocate is also helpful. Yeah, so now we go to parts of speech and we say, okay, is it a noun, verb, adjective, adverb? We know verb is an action word, so I am going to put a little dot there. Sorry, 1 second, let me see if I can get the right thing. There we go. Okay, I'm going to put a little dot on it. You can circle it, do whatever you like, just show me that you know what parts of speech it is. And then we're going to write a sentence. Please be more creative than me. I'm going to say, when the weather gets warm, birds will migrate back north. Yeah. When the weather birds will migrate back north. Yeah, so that is what we're going to work on for right now. So take this time and go through the rest of this article, and you're going to fill out this again with those different words. Then once we're done, we're going to just walk through the article again and say, okay, do we understand what each paragraph is saying? We're going to summarize it and use those words that we learned, those vocabulary words, and get the whole idea of what this article is trying to say. After that, I would let them go on their own and just give them guided practice, and then come back together and we can all discuss, be like, okay, what is the main idea of each paragraph? So yeah, thank you.